Today I'm gonna do some plumbing. ABS plumbing. This is the hole that comes from the sink. My plan is to run a 90 and go right over the chassis. The water tanks are on that side. So if I run the pipe straight through that chassis cavity, I do 90 straight out the ground. And then it does have a slight uphill slope from that point to the chassis, but there's nothing I can really do about that. There's an opportunity that I could just drill through this thing, but this is the chassis of the bus. I don't want to drill through this. I could also try to run it down and then run it along here. The problem is it's only getting at the bottom half of our tanks. Those are our tanks over there. And I want it to fill the tanks up from the top. On the inner diameter of this pipe, the top here is still going to be higher than the bottom here. So it's not going to cause a glug-glug sort of situation. It's more just going to be a little dip here. So I know that this will always have water in it, and if we have plumbing problems, this is probably the problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'll have a pipe that comes out 3 inches, and then I'll have a rubber pipe here so that I can take it off and clean it if we need to. And then this other pipe's gonna run through there. So if this one comes out 3 inches.
52. Maybe we'll do 4 inches. And then this is
4 foot 3 inches. 4 foot 3 inches will get us just to there. And then I can use this little piece right here. That little piece I can make a little bigger and smaller based on how I want it to pop out the other end. But for now I can just try to get that pipe up here. Because this pipe is too long for me to actually get it into the space that I need it in, I need to cut it in half. I'll join it using something like this. This is a joining piece. This little joining piece allows you to put one in there and then another one right there, and you just glue it together and they become one. That was a dry run just so I could make sure that when I start gluing these pieces of ABS together, that it'll all work out. It helps to get that kind of muscle understanding before I actually glue them, but now it's glue time. Now we got the pipe that goes in. Now it's time to put the 90 on. So once I figured out where the pipe was gonna run, I knew exactly where I needed to hang the water tanks. The water tanks are already in place, but I need to get this angle iron cut so that the bolts go through, so that my threaded rod on my water tank harness goes up and into those brackets which hold it against the bottom of the floor. Here, let me show you. That's the water tank harness. And you see that threaded rod right there? It goes right up into a piece of angle iron that looks like this. And I'm just gonna drill a hole here. This way I can set this so that it's in the trusses of the bus, and then there'll be a hole here so the threaded rod comes through there. It might feel a little over-engineered, but the water tanks, they are gonna be heavy. The key to cutting metal, I've learned, is to go slow. Oh man, man, today was a big deal day. So my first plan with the water tanks was to use those 55-gallon steel drums, and then I realized that plan just wasn't gonna work until finally today, after we came up with 2 plans, the second plan, it finally worked. So getting those water tanks on was kind of the biggest deal. I knew that in order to register the bus in the state of Nevada, it needs to have a blackwater toilet, like a toilet that goes to a blackwater tank. And so hanging the tanks was a critical thing to complete this project, and it was also the biggest unknown for me. And so having that out of the way is just like a huge relief. A lot of people have been, I've noticed a few people are saying that they're doing bus conversions, and I want to just advise everybody to be cautious if you're deciding to do a bus conversion. Make sure it's something that you really want to do. There's a big part of me that wishes we had just started with maybe doing like a small van or something like that, rather than just going huge right away. V's been working on the Mosaic like a crazy person, so she's really tired right now, and that's why she missed this update. So it's probably not going to be anywhere near as interesting without her. At the end of the day, we're still making a lot of progress, so thank you for watching.